Dude, Akamaru's huge. Oh my god.
なんだ、ひなたか。
Of course. She gonna faint? Oh no.
忍法超重機が
Ooh.
それでもチンチンついてんですか
Jesus. Yeah, this fucker, dude.
久しぶりだな、綱手姫。
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're going to be getting back into Shippuden episodes 33 and 34. I believe we're starting the next arc here. Very excited for it, y'all. I just rewatched the last of the episodes again with my girlfriend last night, and it was so good rewatching those episodes. There's a few things that we were like talking about that, you know, just getting me excited for more Shippuden is, well, one, seeing like the whole nine-tail transformation with the different tails coming out and whatnot. And my girlfriend and I were talking about the similarities between Naruto and Gaara, and how, you know, there's a lot of parallels between them, obviously, as Jinchurikis. And Gaara's father was the one who, I mean, I guess he didn't put the Shukaku in Gaara, but he's the one who allowed it to happen. And I guess maybe in a similar way, the fourth Hokage was the one who put the nine-tail inside of Naruto. He sealed it in him. So my girlfriend's theory, and I don't know if I mean, we've talked about this a little bit on the channel, but that the fourth Hokage looks a lot like Naruto. So maybe he could be Naruto's father. So if that like parallel lines up, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that was like one of the things we were talking about. I think the Akatsuki in general Orochimaru like being mentioned a few episodes ago has me very intrigued for this arc as well. Yeah, man, I'm just really enjoying Shippuden so far, and I know a lot of people have said that, you know, the first couple arcs are the slowest ones. So if I enjoyed them this first arc this much, I have high hopes. Got high hopes for sure. Let's go and recap the character ratings from last time to finish up the last arc. What was the last arc called? The Kazekage, not retrieval arc, because that's the Sasuke retrieval arc. Rescue mission or something. We'll wrap up the rescue mission. We gave MVP to Chiyo and her sacrifice to bring back Gaara using the reanimation jutsu. We also gave the for me the best character, or my favorite character of the arc. I forgot what I named it, but Chiyo won that award for the last arc because of just how great her character was, and, you know, kind of growing throughout this arc. And I love her final like words of like just being saying like, you know, I made mistakes my whole life, but it seems like I've gotten it right in this last week. For the best moment, we gave that to Gaara, and waking up or coming back to life and just being surrounded by his comrades, all the Sand Village, or a lot of the shinobi from the Sand Village. Just like, what a way for him to wake up to show his growth and how much people you know, are drawn towards him now and trust him. Lastly, for the funniest moment, we gave that to Lee when he's trying to copy Guy's lead on giving a piggyback ride, and he's all turned with Neji, get on my back. Oh man, that was a good moment. But yeah, I think with that being said, we can go ahead and get into these episodes. If y'all enjoy these, consider dropping a like, subscribing to follow on for more all that good stuff. Or check out the Patreon if you want early access, uncut reactions. Would love to have you there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this, y'all. Dude, that's me in the mornings. Literally makes so many crazy sounds as I'm waking up, stretching. We need balance. Cautious and alert at the right time. No way. Is that Akamaru?
昨日寝る前にわざわざセットした目覚まし時計より先に起きちまった
Classic. I feel like Shikamaru is like the most like realistic to what people are like in real life. Dude. Getting to see some characters we haven't seen since the getting into Shippuden here, man. I'm excited. Oh no. The sound of it. It's one way to start your morning.
惜しくも2着
いいよお前は2着じゃない
Kakashi
お前
is.
は
Yeah.
2着は私が背負っているこのカカ
The crack.
とんだラッキーマンだなカカシよ別に礼はいらんぞ
相変わらずこのノリには
Even Naruto looks exhausted by them.
くだらん
よし全員揃ったなこりゃ報告よりも病院が先か
Of course, they still won't let us see his face. Bastards.
気がついたぞ。
ご苦労だったな、カカシ。
師匠、
綱手様
ダメよカカシ先生、無理しちゃ。
さっき見さ1週間は任務に復帰するまでにはさらに数日かかるだろう。
そうですね
当分は無理せず養生することだ。例の話か。
はい。
What matter, please?
カカシ先生はずっとあの状態でしたから、まだ
ナルトには
師匠に相談してからでないとと思って。
詳しく聞こう。
暁のメンバーの一人、サソリから得た情報です。自分を倒した褒美だと言って。
草隠れの里にある天地峡に10日後の真昼に行け。オロチマルの部下に俺のスパイがいる。そこでそいつと落ち合うことになって
10日後天地峡か。
あれから4日経っているので6日後ということになりますが、
Coming up quick.
信用できるのか。
状況から考えて信じてよいかと。
Okay.
オロチマルは餌で、暁がその天地峡で待ち伏せしている可能性だってある。
罠なら戦うだけです。
戦うと言ってもカカシはあと1週間以上はあのざまだ。しかし
Damn, whole week.
サスケがいなくなった時点で範囲割れを起こしている。メンバーを補充して新しい
No, no, this is where that Psy guy is gonna come in, man.
で様、
なんだ。
それなら別の招待を送り様子を見るべきです。100歩譲ってさくらを行かせたとしてもナルト君は外すべきです。
She's so risk adverse, man.
静ね、さくらはお前同様、私が心から信用できる数少ない忍びだ。この任務は必ずさくらのいるカカシ班に行かせる。
それなら私の隊が行っても同じじゃないですか。
さくらもナルトもかつての仲間だったサスケを必死になって追っている。
Yeah, that would just piss Naruto off, man.
その強い思いが任務を成功に導く。お前とさくらとは違う。
わかりました。でもナルト君はこの任務、
この話を聞いた以上、ナルトがなんて言うかな。
メンバー探しだってばよ。
たく、あのせっかちがまだあいつには不思議な力があってな。みんなあいつにかけてみたくなるのさ。
おかげは俺の夢だから。
あの初代様の首飾りを託された子、ナルト君は本当に普通の子じゃないのかもしれない。
Yeah, that's for sure. He hasn't been ordinary since day one, basically. In many ways, I wonder how long it's gonna take for them to meet up with Sasuke from like the first episodes, like flash forward we got. Like if they actually do run into Orochimaru this arc. Oh, Sound Village. Maybe not.
誰が行く。
Thought we were in the Sound Village for some reason.
ここは慎重。
But yeah, I was just thinking that maybe they would get to
俺の足手まといになっ
If they do see Orochimaru and whatnot, then Sasuke is probably close by.
さくらちゃん面食いだからあんまりルックスが良すぎる。
久しぶりだな、ナルト。
え
Is this,
誰
is this Shino?
俺だ。
It's me. mm? Yep.
ああ
久しぶりに会ったとしても仲間の顔ぐらいは覚えておくものだ。なぜなら話しかけた側が辛いことになるから。
そのクソめんどくさい喋り方はもしかしてシノ。
やっと思い出した。
どんだけ顔隠してりゃ誰だ。
Even I remembered before Naruto. Dude, Akamaru's huge. Oh my god.
あええじゃねえの。
あ牙か。
おお。
Oh.
やっぱナルトじゃねえか。
俺って気づいたのそこなのかよ。その犬ってばもしかして。
何言ってんだ。赤丸に決まってんだろ。
What a beast.
でかくなったんじゃねえか。おい。
いやでかくなったのは赤丸だってば。
Yeah, for real.
短期間でそんなにでかくなる動物なのか。
そうか。いつも一緒に行くからあんまりわかんねえ。
That's kind of true.
気づけってばよ。昔はお前の頭の上に乗っかってたんだぞ赤丸。
Oh, he's so cute.
牙にはすぐ気づいたものだな。
Oh, poor Shino.
やべえ拗ねてる。
Uh-oh, Hinata. Come to give Naruto a smooch.
ナルト君
Aw.
里に戻ってきていたとは聞いていたけどどうしよ
Go say hi, of course.
うしばらく会ってなかったからなんて話しかけたら
なんだひなたか。
Of course. She gonna faint? Oh no.
ひなたおいひなた頼む。どうしても新しいメンバーが必要なんだってばよ。
あれ
タイミングが悪かったな。俺たちもちょうど任務が入ってここで紅先生と待ち合わせしているところだ。
私一体どうしちゃったんだろ
あ、もう無茶言うな。俺が一緒に行かねえと赤丸とのコンビ技が使えねえだろ。
う。ナルト君と久しぶりに会って
うわ
ひなたにもすぐ気づい
Yeah, you lost your opportunity there.
やつばっかだぜ。
Lousy friend.
ナルト君の声
ひなた黙って俺についてこいってばよ。
黙ってついてこいってそんないきなり
She's gonna pass out again. Yeah.
結局
Oh man.
たくだから言ったろ。めんどくせえけど俺は中任試験の係員任されてんだよ。任命したのは5代目だ。今さら断ったりしたらなんて言われるか。
Yeah, she definitely would. Tsunade is not to be messed with, and his mother.
だってさ頼りにしてたのにさそんなめんどくさそうな顔してさ。これ
Oh man, here we go.
ジョージ。
Dang, dude, Choji.
おいジョージ、お前そんな勝手なこと。
His fit is going hard. He looks so different.
このままほっとけないしさ。アスマ先生と相談してみるよ。
ジョージサンキュー。
まあ一応話してみるよ。
おいナルト、それ俺の弁当。
お前昔より
Oh no. Oh man. Oh, what the heck? Damn, Joji.
あそこか。
Yeah.
見たこ
Here he is.
と額当てしてるぞ。
いきなり
Yeah, that's what I was so confused by.
知らねえが、ああいう手合いはとっ捕まえて尋問部隊に引き渡す。
Ooh.
援護する。行けナルト。
忍法超重ギガ
That's pretty cool. Jeez. Yeah, that's an interesting power. That reminds me of oh, I forgot his name in One Piece, but he's like one of the from the Wano tribe, and he can his devil fruit, he can paint something and then it comes to life and he can use it. So I'm like, this guy, he's the worst artist ever, so everything he makes is just like cursed. Like he tries to make a bird and the bird's like struggling to fly because it's like disabled basically. Poor thing.
今回の任務にナルト君を参加させるのはリスクが大きすぎます。もし万が一のことがあったら。
何度も言わせるな。今回の任務はナルト桜のいるカカシ班が担当する。理由についても説明した。
それはわかります。でもカカシ班といっても畑カカシは同行できない。砂隠れに派遣した時とは明らかに状況が違います。
確かに
Yeah, it's true that Kakashi was vital in this mission, especially with the Mangekyo.
前回の任務でも敵は間違いなくナルトを狙っていた。それを阻止できたのはナルトをよく知るカカシ先生がついていたから。
ナルト。
カカシ先生抜きの今回の任務、静音さんが不安視するのも無理はない。
Yeah.
案ずるなさくら。その点はちゃんと考えてある。カカシとサスケの抜けた穴はこちらで2人人員を補充する。ナルトにもそう伝えておけ。
はい。
So one of them's probably gonna be Side. Who's the other one gonna be?
忍法超重ギガ忍法影縫い
Ooh. There's that fake ass smile.
綱出様。
今戻る。
つなで少し話がある。顔を貸せ。
It's just one of the elders, man. They're a pain in the butt, it seems.
話というのはご意見番のお二人が揃ってお越しとは。
かねてより静音から相談を受けておったのだが。
Bruh. Called out, exposed.
何の話だ。
渦巻きナルトの件だ。
今後は渦巻きナルトに暁と接触する可能性のある任務は命ずるな。
理由は分かっておるな。
ああ、静音から嫌というほど聞かされた。
ではこれよりナルトにはより優秀な忍びをつけ、フォーマンセルで行動させて、
さらにあやつに課す任務回数も極力減らし、
Dude, that's not good.
にも限定すべきだ。
You're just gonna falter his growth. He's gotta be strong.
静音から相談を受けていたのなら、こちらの返事も分かっているだろう。
綱出様。
ダメだ。
Yes. That's why I love Tsunade, man.
ナルトはただの子供ではないぞ。人中力だ。
本来なら里から出さず監視状態にするのは道理なんだ。
フォーマンセルで行動させるのは私も賛成だが、ナルトにそこまでの条件をつけるべきじゃない。ナルトを里に置いても暁は必ずナルトを人中力を狙う。
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
クレの一件でも人中力であるガーラは里の最も安全と思われる場所にいながら狙われた。ナルトに対しても同じような強硬な手段を取る可能性は十分ある。そうなれば結局木の葉の里も危険にさらされる。
I like her thinking.
奴らもナルトの行動をすぐには把握できない。そもそもナルトは才能もある。木の葉の大きな戦力となる忍びだ。
安いもの言いたんだ。Tsunade。
Bro, what the fuck?
こっちも譲歩して言ってんだぞ。
ならば、それまでにナルトが暁にやられんという保証がある。
Of course, you can never share anything.
木の葉にとってより大きな役者にならんという保証。
Seems like a logical fallacy to me, bro. Fuck you.
あの賭けの約束通り、その縁起の悪い首飾りもらうからな。
死んだら何もかも夢も何もないんだよ。
もういいからどけ。逃げろ。
大丈夫だってばよ。
This moment was so badass, man.
俺は火影になるまで絶対死なねえからよ。
あんたの夢が叶うおまじない。
ナルトはやられたりしない。私は
Yeah, she had all her faith restored by him.
もしその判断が間違っていたらどうする？
I mean, that's a fair question.
もしこの葉隠れが火の国がそのせいで危機になったのなら、この私が命がけで守ってみせるさ。5代目火影としてな。
She'll do just like third Hokage. And seems like Shizune is okay with that.
お前がそこまで言うなら好きにしろ。ただし、その代わり、ホーマンセルの追加範囲はこちらで用意した忍びをつけさせる。
So this is how Sai's gonna get in. And these advisors, I kind of want to understand the like the hierarchy of it all, because it seems like the Hokage has to answer to them to some degree. Yeah, this fucker, dude.
久しぶりだな、Tsunade姫。
あんたが出てくるってことは、そうか。新しい範囲というのは
The foundation.
全部の根のものか。
力弱いな、君。それでもチンチンついてんですか？
Jesus.
誰だって聞いてんだ。
また会うことになるよ、ナルト君。
Interesting. It's a cool power, man. I like it.
長次、やっぱりここだったのね。
Well, you know.
まあ先生が早く来いって怒ってんよ。
Damn, she looks like she's a little bit in her emo phase over here.
変なやつって、あれナルトじゃない。
あ、いや、変なやつ。
ナルト、おひさ
ね。
What's the foundation? Some like secret organization underneath the Leaf Village.
追加の範囲というのは2名ともそちらで用意するのか？
いや、1名のみだ。
班のリーダーであるカカシが戦線離脱するのはそちらも予想外だったというわけか。
次のカカシ班の任務では畑カカシは療養中のためもう一人隊員が必要になります。任務まで時間もありません。ここは綱手様に一任して。
こちらとしてもカカシの離脱は想定外でな。どうしたものかと思案していたところだ。
ならば、火影直轄の暗部の中でより優秀なものを一人選。
Not from the Anbu Black Ops, man. Those guys are worthless.
それがよかろう。
これで異論はないな、Tsunade。
人選はこちらに任せるということで良いのか？
どうなのだ、Danzo。
Donzo.
では好きにさせてもらう。
申し訳ありません。決して綱手様を裏切ろうなどという考えは。
お前のことではない。
Yeah, he didn't really betray her, just kind of went behind her back a little bit.
カカシの代行に ほかげ直轄の暗部をというのはこちらも考えていたことだ。具体的な心当たりもある。まさか向こうから提案してくるとはな。
Playing games.
自分の部下をご利用ししてくると思ったのだが、ナルトの監視役は一人いれば十分ということなのか、それとも何か他に狙いが。
It's making me nervous.
お前にも言いたいことは山ほどある。早かったな。
緊急にとのことでしたので。
要件は分かっているな。
おおよそのと。
Okay, that's cool. So this is our next character.
お前にはカカシの代行をやってもらう。
あのカカシ先輩の代行とは光栄ですね。
これは暗部としての任務ではなく通常の任務となる。よって面を外しコードネームをその間は名をヤマトと名乗れ。
Yamato.
もう一人あの暗部養成部門でから
Training division, okay.
カカシ班に配属される。
So training division's the foundation.
なんです
そいつの行動には注意を払っておけ。
と言いますと。
その新人はあの団蔵が推薦してきた。団蔵という男はかつて三代目と対立していたタカ派の男だ。暗部の中に別動部隊として暗部養成部門の根を組織し、その
Just gonna work in the shadows.
お前も名前くらいは聞いたことがあるだろう。根はすでに解体されているし、奴も一度失脚した身。まあ相変わらず何を考えているかわからん男だ。
考えすぎなのでは。
I don't know, listen to your gut.
違反の顔合わせをしてくれ。
はい。
おいさくらちゃん、集合場所ってここでいいんだよ
間違いないわ。
な。本当に新しいメンバー手配してくれてんだろうな。
大丈夫よ。私たちがちょっと早く着きすぎちゃっただけで、集合時間まではまだ少しあるんだから。
ま、カカシ先生みたく遅刻癖のあるやつじゃなきゃ。
どうも。
てめえは
これからカカシ班はこの僕がカカシさんに代わって。
Man, the dynamics of this squad is gonna be interesting. Yeah. It's thought to be interesting. All right, good stuff, man. I like the setup here. I always think, kind of like, I don't know. It's somewhat it's like a political game, right? The political moves within an organization is always interesting because it's so cryptic and fun to try to figure out what like everyone's intentions are. And it's also like realistic too. Like, I mean, there's all these games happen in real life too, in like any organization. You know, there's always going to be politics. You can see people trying to undercut Tsunade's authority as a Hokage here. You know, they put her in this position of authority, yet they're still trying to control her in a lot of ways. Infuriating, man. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and talk about these episodes for a little bit. I really enjoyed these episodes. A little bit of a slower kind of build up here to set the tone for this arc. One, I really loved finally being able to see some of our other characters from OG Naruto. Shino, Kiba, Choji, Ino, and Hinata were the ones that I guess we saw that we hadn't seen since OG Naruto, or I guess since Shippuden has started. You know, we've seen Shikamaru already, and I guess we hadn't seen too many outside of Shikamaru, but yeah, it was great seeing them all. I loved all their character designs. Choji especially looks so much different. Akamaru looks so much different. Akamaru is a huge pup, full-grown pup here. Literally is like a freaking direwolf or something. Yeah, it looks so cool. And great just to see all their dynamics, like Hinata being all shy and worried about talking to Naruto because she's got a crush, and just her getting all red, cute as always. Yeah, just heartwarming to see them all together. But yeah, most of this episode's definitely a little bit more political. Seems like some games are being played within the Leaf Village's hierarchy here to a degree. Let's talk about the introduction of Sai a little bit, because I mentioned his power. I really like the painting and it coming to life, and I don't know, it's just a really unique jutsu technique. So really like that, and also obviously he's extremely talented with it, like being able to do it so quickly and bring it to life. I'm wondering, like, what's the extent of this power? Like, what kind of different art forms can he make? In this, I guess he used kind of like little lions, sort of. But can he, like make like a flying beast or something, kind of like how Datara is able to sculpt flying beasts? Can he draw flying beasts? That'd be pretty cool too. And I kind of just want to know like how strong those paintings are in general, right? Like how much like jutsu can he put into it, or jutsu, how much chakra can he put into it and whatnot to make them stronger or less strong. Pretty interesting. But yeah, let's kind of talk a little bit more about the politics here, because it's definitely the primary focus here is kind of talking about the risk and reward of sending Naruto out on continue to send him out on missions that might involve the Akatsuki to some degree, or even just sending him out on missions in general with kind of how risky it is if he was to get captured, or if people know that he's a Jinchuriki, to try to take advantage of that. I'm sure it's not even just the Akatsuki that might have bad intentions for someone like Naruto. And Shizune is definitely much more on the conservative side. She's really worried about sending Naruto out. Even just the fact that they sent him out to try to rescue Gaara, she thought was a little short-sighted or too risky. She's definitely a little bit more conservative in her viewpoint with it. And I think Tsunade is much more willing to accept risk because she has a lot of faith in Naruto because of her experiences with him. She completely puts her faith in him that he can, she has faith that he's going to become the Hokage. So she at least believes that Naruto is going to be able to overcome these challenges, and these challenges are just going to be part of that journey. So who is she to kind of like block him from doing certain things or sheltering him away from it? Because then he's not going to grow. You have to be in conflict and have exposure to these things and maybe even fail to grow. I like her mindset with it. And obviously it's a balance. Being too risk adverse is a bad thing, because then you don't ever get the opportunity. But then being too risky, obviously, you can be short-sighted with it and put yourself in dangerous situations. But at the end of the day, you kind of have to consider both factors and find a good balance in between. But by far the most interesting part was these advisors coming into the mix. Shizune, really going behind Tsunade's back, which one I think is pretty shitty of her. I'm not gonna lie. Like, she should trust her master's judgment, and if she doesn't, then she should just continue to talk to her master about it and have the conflict with her. But instead, she seeked these advisors' opinion, right? I guess to try to, I don't think she was trying to go behind Tsunade's back to, try to force their judgment on her, but she's probably looking for advice, right? But then she implicates them and they get drawn into this, and they use this opportunity to kind of give their 2 cents, and they're very much on the same line as Shizune, probably even more so, where they don't want him going out like at all, and they want him surrounded by the strongest people and really just staying in the Leaf Village as much as possible. A very, very much a very conservative approach. And I mentioned this during the reaction, but I'm so curious about what kind of power they really have, this council or these advisors. We saw this kind of a similar setup in the Sand Village as well, and they seem to often have different perspectives or attitudes than the shinobi do, and maybe that's kind of a common thing in these villages. But it's interesting because they're trying to convince Tsunade that, or not even convince, just tell her that you're not going to do this. You're not going to allow him to go on these kind of missions. And I love how Tsunade stands her ground, because they're so direct. They're like, you got it? Like, that's what we're going to do. She's like, no, I don't got it. I respect that. She's standing by what she believes. She's got resolve and confidence, and they're looking for a contingency plan, kind of, if her judgment's wrong, what will she do? And she's like, well, I will protect our village as the 5th Hokage with my life. We already know that the Hokage is someone who is going to do that anyways, and they should know that too. But you know, they are playing some game here, because they even say like, believe it or not, but we're coming in here with a compromise. Like, this isn't us really showing, you know, like what we really want. But I feel like this felt like a game where they were kind of, you know, I'm sure they do want to shelter Naruto away and, you know, not implicate him in these situations to protect the village and to like not, I guess, make the Leaf Village too much of a target, which I think is dumb because of Tsunade's point that like they'll just come and attack them, right, to try to get Naruto anyways. But I think really this was all a game to really get their real card they wanted to play, which was Sai, or Danzo being able to play his card here. There definitely seems to be some inner workings in the shadows here to try to get some control over Naruto to some degree. And I don't know if that's control as in trying to shelter him away, or if there's more to it where they want like actual control over Naruto or the Nine Tail or something like that. And you can tell Tsunade has an uneasy feeling about this whole situation. And also like another hint of that is that they only were going to put Sai in the position. They were going to select more members. So it's almost like they were calling out Tsunade or putting her in a position where she would have to compromise to allow them to select the members. And then they ultimately only bring Sai into the mix. So very interesting. These little fuckers, man, they're up to no good. We also get like interesting information about Danzo. I guess like he's from the foundation or the training division of the Anbu Black Ops. So it's like a subdivision, or, you know, to me it sounds like a, you know, like a secret organization kind of thing. And that's why they've never have met this guy before. Like Naruto and all of them don't recognize him, nor do we as the audience. But I guess this like foundation was founded by Danzo in a previous era from some faction. I forgot the name of them, but you know, they were a faction that opposed the third Hokage's like judgment and rule. And you know, once again, they're kind of, it seems like they're trying to make a power play here to regain some of that authority over the Hokage, or like what the Hokage thinks is the best for the village here. So very interesting, these games being played out here, man. And then yeah, we also get that Tsunade, the one person she does select, kind of by the suggestion of them too, is like, you should select someone from the Anbu Ops, like the normal Anbu Ops squad. And she selects Yamato. I don't think that's not his actual name, but and she tasks him to like keep an eye on Sai. But it's weird because they like even suggested that she selects someone from the Anbu Ops. So to some degree, I'm a little worried that they thought this through too. And Yamato as well is not to be trusted either. I don't know. We'll see, man. This is it's definitely making me nervous, but it's interesting that there's, I don't know, I like the political game being played here. It's enjoyable and frustrating as an audience member to watch it. All right, let's go and get into the character ratings. For MVP, I'm gonna give it to Tsunade. I just really loved her like leadership and her tenacity, her confidence, her resolve to stand by her beliefs, and like her judgment when a lot of people are questioning her, especially people that she, you know, well, one, Shizune, who she really respects, and like she's still having to like be like, no, I believe what I'm saying. But then also from powerful people like the advisors who are trying to manipulate her to a degree, and like they're like leading her to try to just roll over, and she's like, no. I really love that part. I thought Tsunade was really strong in this episode. For the best moment, I'm gonna give that to Sai's introduction. I really liked how they introduced him, kind of you know, just showing off his powers and you know, kind of playing like jesting at Naruto a little bit. Definitely setting an interesting tone between their characters. And yeah, I just really loved his ability. The guy from One Piece I was talking about, his name's Kanjuro. Maybe I'll try to find a clip or something I can put in here of like him drawing the bird thing I was talking about. But yeah, I like his power. It's cool. And then for the funniest moment, we'll give that to Guy, of course, as they're running in the village, and him being so happy he got first, and then, you know, telling Rock Lee, well, you didn't actually get second. Kakashi got second. And Rock Lee's reaction's like so sad. Oh, and also, moving forward, I'm going to try to have one more category in case there's no funny moments, and I think this will be something to that'll be good. And I'm gonna call it. It's gonna be for like my least favorite character, or maybe like, I don't know, just kind of a generalized rating for the people who suck the most, man. The characters who suck the most. And that could be, I think it's not going to really be objective. It's just going to be more like personal to me, who I don't like. And I'm going to call this the Sacco Award. I don't know if any of y'all have seen, what's the show called? The League. It's like, I think it's on or it used to be on Netflix, I think, but it's basically just like it's about fantasy football. It's like really satirical and stuff, but they have an award at the end of the year called the Sacco Award, and it's for the person who gets last place. So we'll call it the Sacco character rating. And for this one, I'm going to give it to those two damn advisors, man. Fuck those advisors. They're playing some games. And the fact that they don't trust their Hokage, man, I don't like it, man. I don't like it. But yeah, I think that'll do for this episode. Really good start to this arc. I'm really enjoying it already, y'all. Let me know what y'all thought about it in the comments below. Appreciate y'all being here to watch, and I hope you guys have a really good rest of your day. Catch you next time. Peace.